Hi, it's Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media. I'm here in Dubai in the studio at Breakbulk Middle East, and I'm so happy to introduce Philippe Somers from ACE 54, who is our sponsor for our Africa Regional Spotlight. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So tell me about ACE 54.
ACE 54 was created for supporting international project forwarders who have no owned offices or reliable agency network in Africa. So we take care of the pricing and the technical solutions for from arrival vessel in Africa, port to the site. The site can be the last mile, as they say, but can be also 2,000 miles. So we have that's usually where the challenge comes, and so we want to support international project forwarders to use or to participate tenders for their EPC companies.
Very interesting. How did you come up with this concept?
It's a good question. No, I saw in my previous corporate life, I saw companies having a large portfolio of engineering, procurement and construction companies. And when they would visit a client, they would usually ask what kind of opportunities you have, and they would get South America, Southeast Asia, Middle East, and they would say, yeah, we can participate, we have an office. And then with the EPC company, the client would ask, and what about, yeah, we have a project in DRC, in Africa. Oh, no, that we cannot do. No, this is
too risky.
Risky, and we don't have our own office, we don't have an agent, or the agent that we have is not really specialized in projects. He can do some resupply oil and gas, but so it was always rejected. And so through ACE 54, we are acting as the internal pricing desk and as the agent or owned office, if you will, in Africa. So now they can come to us, and we cover the 54 countries, and we have selective chosen agents that of course live to the international standards, compliance and QHSE, and then and we are working like that.
That is really interesting, because I think it offers really a level of trust with your operations in 54 countries that I think would make people feel far more comfortable, doing projects in those, particularly those remote areas where you can have some unrest or there can be some uncertainty.
Yes, and there's been always a reluctancy to do so. We also have access to the asset owners, so we know what they call the local heroes of heavy lift companies. And sometimes you can have a good agent that is specialized in oil and gas, but not necessarily in renewables of another segment, vertical, power, nuclear, downstream projects. So the expertise is not the same. So through our experience over 25 years plus in Africa, we know who are the best placed agents.
So you have a long history of doing business there. What are some of the more interesting or the most interesting projects that you've been involved with?
Well, I was involved in two similar projects, I must say. I was very much involved when I was globally responsible for projects for another big international company. We had a pipeline project in Chad, Cameroon for one of the American major operators. And then another very large project from Nigeria to Ghana was also an onshore pipeline project that ran over 4 countries, Nigeria, Benin, Togo, and Ghana, with all the challenges and going through all the different villages. And so it's a real, very much QHSE challenging. And so we are also proud that we won yearly safety rewards from these clients. So that's very rewarding.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on that. Final question. Say over the next 5 years, where do you think the most opportunity is for new projects in the 54 countries where you're active?
Well, first of all, there is 54 countries in Africa, but unfortunately, 20 of them represent 85%.
Really? That's interesting.
Okay, so whether they're give or take 5 or 10, and this is now maybe not considering the mining, and of course mining is a big part of Africa, but it will not move the needle very much. So we're definitely talking a very limited amount, as I said, 20 out of 54, that will definitely represent, I would say, between 75 and 80% of the project.
Can you tell us, in your mind, the top 3?
Yes, Nigeria, Egypt, and South Africa.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all this information with us. It's really interesting, and I think you've really carved an interesting niche that's well needed. Thank you so much.